Hola amigos, welcome back to Eating with Andy. Today we're gonna make my ultimate chocolate brownies. I've tried tons of variations of brownie recipes throughout the years, and this is my favorite method. Follow these steps and you'll get the perfect brownie every time. They're an easy to make crowd pleaser. I mean, who doesn't love brownies? So let's get started. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and now we're gonna line a baking tray with some parchment paper, leaving some overhang on all sides. Simply spray a bit of cooking oil or softened butter. This is important. Use some good quality dark chocolate. It will make a huge difference in the end result. To intensify the chocolate flavor, we're going to be using Dutch cocoa powder and instant coffee. Combine your chopped chocolate, 1/4 cup of the Dutch cocoa powder, and the instant coffee. Put it all in a heatproof bowl and set aside. We're going to melt our butter over medium heat until it comes to a vigorous simmer, swirling the pan occasionally. Now pour the hot butter over that chocolate mixture and let it sit for 2 minutes. Then whisk until the chocolate is completely smooth and melted. We're gonna set that aside. In a big bowl, combine the white sugar, your brown sugar, salt, and vanilla extract. Add your eggs, and we're gonna beat with an electric mixer until light and fluffy, about 5 minutes. This will incorporate lots of air into the batter and will ensure a very tender and fudgy brownie that isn't too dense. It also creates that crispy meringue layer that forms on the top. That's how you get a brownie crackle. Pour in your slightly cooled chocolate and butter mixture and blend until smooth and combined. Now we're gonna sift in our flour and the remainder 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Using a spatula, we're gonna gently fold until just combined. We're gonna pour it into our prepared baking pan. At this point, you can go loco with your toppings. I've made these with pretzels, with potato chips, M&Ms. You can just go crazy and experiment. I'm going to be topping these with sea salt flakes, which I'll add halfway through just so they don't sink into the batter. Bake for 20 minutes until lightly puffed on top. Remove the baking pan and slam it on a flat surface a couple of times. This will crack the top of the brownies and even out the interior texture. At this point, I'm gonna sprinkle with some sea salt flakes. We're gonna return the pan to the oven and bake for another 20 minutes. Set the brownies on a cooling rack and cool completely in the pan. Use the parchment paper to lift the cooled brownies out of the pan. And now we're gonna cut it into 24 squares. These brownies, they're insane. They're fudgy, but they're not too dense at all. They've got that beautiful brownie crackle on the top. They're super gooey and chocolatey, and that sea salt on top, it's a beautiful little finish. It's a great contrast of flavors. That was my ultimate brownie recipe, a crowd pleaser. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all again next week. Adios, amigos.